Hello and welcome to my Flosstube. Now, bear with me, I have a bit of haul. I've put some down here and I'm probably going to get a little bit confused. I've literally just unbagged a whole heap of stuff so I can actually show you the stuff in my Flosstube videos. So, we will start with... Well, let's start with this. I got gifts. My sister, who has watched my channel in Ireland, sent me some kits because she's not going to get around to using these, and thought of me and sent them to me, and I was like, oh my goodness. So she sent me this gorgeous thing, DMC counter cross stitch kit. So it's got the got everything in it. I haven't actually gone through it in great detail. It's catskin wool, 14 by 19 centimeters. Just a gorgeous little kitty project, given that I have lost a few of my cats recently. But yeah, there's that. But this one I thought was just awesome. How fun is this? Born to Shop, counter cross stitch. It's a woolly sheep. It's 14 count Ada. It has the chart, full instructions, a needle and cotton. It's 7 3/4 inches by 3.5 inches, so it's tiny in reality. And you've got those big long legs in backstitch all the way up that sheep. How cute is that? Look at its big feet. It's just awesome. I love this. It's an anchor kit. Now, I haven't worked in anchor before. It's not overlocked, so I will end up doing the horrible thing of taping it. And yeah, it's got everything in it. But it was, you know, it was something that she had bought and just hadn't got around to doing, and she had sent it to me. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Thank you very much. Now this one I haven't actually done a separate unboxing for. This is part of the Disney collection. Now, the Disney collection, that is my invoice. So this is issues 2 and 3, and because I have ordered the thing in the mail, I also got this bonus gift. Okay, it's a bit gimmicky, but let's see what's in it. So this is the Disney collection. It's by Hatchet Collect Partworks. The link will be in my Google Doc thingamajiggy, but it says Disney cross stitch, and this is bonus for what this is. So you've got a needle ripper. Now I've actually got a needle ripper and it's had a 3D handle printed on, because you flip these around and there is your handle, but they can, I don't like them. I don't trust them for not actually going through my fabric, and they scare me. So I'm very selective where I use them. I actually use them in diamond painting, scoring my paperwork. Ooh, this is a pair of scissors. Let's see. My garbage pile over here is going to be crazy. Ooh, it's one of those little springy ones. For kind of shaving the backs. And it's got the clip-on front. Now, it's a pity it doesn't have a lanyard hole, but that's kind of cool. Handy to throw into any of your project bags, boxes, or whatever, or just keep it in here. What are these? Needles? They look like needles. Whoa! Lots of needles. Quite large, quite blunt-ended. Good for cross stitch, and it just seems to press on. So there's a needle box, as a thimble. That this is not going to be any good to me because I've got nails, but a little metal thimble. Now, needle threaders, because this is ridiculous. 2 of each, and this one's got bent. These are really only thin tin kind of thingamajiggies. You can put them on a lanyard. They're both the same size. I'm sure they're both the same size. So there's 2 of those and 2 of these. These are much better because they fit any size needle, whereas those metal ones don't necessarily fit every size needle. So that's cool. Look, it's a little extra that they throw in. I'm actually after the tote bag, and then I'm cancelling the subscription. This is 90 series in a row, and I'm going to fly through these. So this is issue 2, and you get the cheap cotton with it. I don't know that I would recommend it necessarily. Let's see if I can get in really quickly. I have a friend over in the States who is a crazy Disney fan, and she, I think, is going to end up getting it sent to me. Now, you do need to be careful with these because they're glued, they're designed to come apart. Okay, so you've got your subscription card here. You cannot get this if you're in the US. You can only get this if you're in Australia, New Zealand, or the UK, from my understanding. So if you're interested and you want, you can always use my address just as a thing. Anyway, you've got Minnie Mouse cushions. You finish off the Tigger pattern in this month. You get a sampler of all these characters, and I had some awesome people who actually, I showed the sampler of the Disney princesses, and they were kind of going, oh, that's that, and they were naming them for me. It was brilliant. So you've got patterns, which I'm trying to avoid showing you, but you've got the cushion that you can make with the spots. You've got more Tigger on the barrels. You've got posters. Oh my goodness, look at that! All the Tiggers! And berries and fruit on the barrel. That's really cool. And then you've got second side to that poster. Mickey and Minnie, I'll be your Minnie. That's really cool. It's a border with Mickey, Minnie, and... I'm going the wrong direction. Mickey, Minnie, and stars. That's cool. Because Minnie, of course, has the bow on her ears. So there is that. Now, the only downside with taking it out of the bag, because the bag is stuck to that card, I might... no. I've just got to keep them somewhere safe. So there's that, and then there's the rest of the yarn that you needed for Tigger. Now, part 3 is starting a new pattern because it's different colours, and I think it's doing a Little Mermaid. So part 3, and they all have different sections. So you've got your Disney sampler, you've got your Disney Stitches section, sorry. You've got your motif library section, you know, so you build these up into different sections. If you've never had any experience with Partworks before, it can be an expensive way of collecting, but if it's something that, you know, you're very interested in theme-wise, then you might, you know, enjoy it. Okay, it's Dumbo! Looky, looky! So it's the blues for the Dumbo. So it's the blue feet and it's the grey elephant body. As I said, I haven't tried the cotton. There is Little Mermaid, Write Your Own Story. And then there is Totally Possum on the flag. And then look, there's some motifs for your t-shirts. You use that waste material. Your poster this month is Mermaids Have More Fun. I mean, who doesn't love Ariel and Flounder? And then the other one is them again. Pity you can't colour these in almost. That would be even more kind of cool. And, oh, look, it's the Genie and Aladdin in the border. So that's cool. Very, very subtle as well. I mean, I recognise who they are. There's some lettering. And then Project Galleries coming up. We've got Alice in Wonderland. Really cool silhouettes there. Peter Pan silhouettes. That's cool. So part 4, and these come out now. I'm going to get 4 issues in a shipment once it kind of gets rolling. And so all of these will come. There is going to be a Cinderella sewing tin and other border thingies. So that's the Disney Works. Now if you want to see it in much more detail, I do unbox or unbag the first part in a much slower kind of pace and go through it because I didn't know what was involved. Let's show you. Ooh, I actually have the first part. Have I? Yes, the first part is here. It's falling apart because it's got knocked by something else. But there's the Tigger, and this the 4 samplers that you can expect. So you've got the Tigger, Winnie, Lady and the Tramp, Bambi, Pinocchio, all the classics. Then you've got Disney and Donald in that one. You've got the princesses in this one, and then you've got things like Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, Alice, Eeyore, well, they're kind of separating their peoples there, because Eeyore, Piglet, Dr. Hook, Aladdin, and Lion, the lions from Lion King. So you've got the different samplers. That one's a little bit of a mishmash, whereas the princesses all kind of go together, and these characters kind of go together, and the Disney Donalds kind of go together, but it's kind of missing out on poor old Winnie and his friends. They're the silhouettes in Mickey Mouse. There. Very, very simple. There's gorgeous Pooh with colour variants in the balloons in his belly. It's awesome. There's this gorgeous bookmark in a blackwork kind of finish. This is all part 1, which is like $2.99. Like Partworks, they start cheap to lure you in and keep you there. Tigger and Winnie going be brave, be kind, share a hug, and it's much more friendly with 2, with Winnie and Piglet doing a walk. Then we've got Princess Party with the princesses as your borders. You've got some shoes, and there's some techniques in the learning library section, and then you've got the project gallery showing more to come. So there's those. There was also floss with that as well. Okay. Did I do? No, I think the 23 fell into the box. I don't think that's meant to be there. But I don't see 24. I just opened 25. I did, I'm sure I showed you 24. 24 was the 2nd year anniversary. This is Darn Good Yarn. So into yarns, briefly. This is the Darn Good Yarn box 25. It is called Festive Cheer. It's orange, purple, and grey. Okay, in a silk worsted weight. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, you get 2 balls. They're not very long. They're 75 meters each, 75 yards even, so less. And that's the Darn Good Yarn box 25. Again, you will need to go and have a look at my Darn Good Yarn playlist to see more. Just trying to check my yarn. Okay, now this is the last thing I did with Mothy and the Squid. Gillian is Mothy and the Squid. Well, she's the dyer. I'm not quite sure who Mothy or the Squid are. They may be her kids or something. I cannot recall. Anyway, Gillian is Mothy and the Squid, and she is UK, Scotland based dyer. She is all kinds of supportive, humanitarian, everything. This is her Patreon club, and I only did this for 3 months. Because this is effectively £35 plus shipping, and while I would love to support her, it's a big expense from Australia converted. But this is the Rainbow Collection, and this is what you expect to get as a Patreon of hers. This is not in the store, so you won't see these colours otherwise. So you get a photo description of your animal. So in previous videos you would have seen that I've got the orangutan, the poison arrow frog, and now I've got the keel-billed toucan. You get a little needle keeper, minder, stitch keeper, whatever you want to call them, in a little toucan. And then you get a pin in the rainbow toucan. And look at this colour. Sorry, you also got a hook. You get a bamboo handle tiny hook. It's a little hook. And look at these colours. It's highlighter yellow, and then it's the rich red and the green and the blues, and it's bang. It is a 75% merino, 25% nylon. It's superwash treated, and it is a sports weight. It's 224 meters. Okay, so this is the Patreon thing. So if Patreon is something that you would like to support her in, you can do that, and you can get these clubs. So don't forget, sign up just after the 1st of the month and you will get full value of your patronage. Alright, more yarn. Hubby's making dinner. I'm leaving these behind, my stickers. Okay, so there was a little bit of a mix-up with the yarn that was available in the boxes, but suffice to say, this is Vidalana Celestial. It's a gorgeous grey. It is so soft. It's alpaca and tencel. 90% alpaca, 10% tencel. It's an Aran weight, so it's chunky, but it's really light. It's 150 yards, so there's 300 yards in both of these. I'm going to look at making some kind of cowl or something up here. Cowl, scarf, or something for that. Got a sticker because there was a bit of a stuff up. CEO even got involved, but I'm a supporter of Knit Crate and love the yarns that I'm getting from them. So there's that. That was the March bag, and then this is the April bag. I think this one came with a catalogue with a few different patterns that you could get. Now, this is a plaited wool, this is an Audine wool, this is Bloom, and this is a blue agave. It's a plaited wool that you can see there in the texture. It is alpaca again. It is also 10% silk and 10% camel. It's beautiful. These are 231 yards each. So nice and long, and again, so soft. You want to have it where you can feel it. And oh yeah, there was flowers in the other box, in the other bag. Okie dokie. What next? We'll do fabricy next. Try not to lose my stuff. Okay, we've got Mystic Fabrics, and we've got, now, if you haven't seen this, I think this is my first Fortnite Fabrics. I've been watching the boys for a few months now. Missed out on the first one because I didn't see their invoice. Now I'm a bit more careful. But they have a Fob of the Month club, and this is the Fob of the Month for February? No, not February. I think this is April. But it's just got the heart token on it and the beads. I think Derek makes the fobs. They also have the ball tip needles on their site. If you have not used ball tip needles, oh my god, where have you been? They've got a little rubber end on them that you peel off when you first get them, but they are amazing to work with. They find the holes unbelievably well. The eye of the needle is a bit of a bitch, so maybe have one of those little needle minders, little needle threaders, I mean, to thread them, but that was just as an extra. They're like $8 each. They're not cheap, but they are amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, sorry, I said Derek does the needle fobs. It's actually Christian who does the needle fobs. Derek works outside of the home, I think, keeping everything ticking over. Now this is Herbert. I loved Herbert. It's a blue grey kind of mottle. I think this is the subtle group. There's 3 or 4. There's the famous duos, there's the brighter one, and then there's the subtle samplers, I think it's called, in each of the clubs. So these are Fabric of the Month clubs. It's a 16 count, and yeah, if you want to see what they do, go and check them out, Fortnite Fabrics on YouTube. They give you all kinds of updates. They give you the updates on their life. They usually crazy enough to start off their videos eating chili of some kind of hot flavor and almost dying in the process. They're crazy. So yes, and then they show you what they're working on. So I think Derek is working on Pilot. Amongst other things, Pilot is an ink circles. No, Pilot is not an ink circles. Pilot was bought off Etsy, and I had to contact the maker of this pattern and say, hey, I loved Pilot, can you give it to me? And she uploaded it onto the site so I could buy it, and then it was gone again. So the links will be in that Google document in my description. so you can check that one out. It's amazing. But if you want to see it being worked on, you can actually see Derek working on it. And I can't recall what Christian's doing. Christian, I think, is starting to work on an ink circles thingamajiggy, and ink circles they've got some amazing samplers. Now, I'm not going to show you these fully because these will be shown in full videos. But this is Father Time Fabric of the Month from March. It's an Opal Ada, and it's got orange, blues and greys in it. That's a fair sample kind of representation. And this one is Chinchilla, and this is for April. And this is more of a bluey kind of grey mottle. This is a Charles Craft Ada 18 by 30, so it's a, you know, bigger piece. It's not a fat quarter or anything. It's a little bit bigger. And because Misty does these internationally bi-monthly, you get 2 months in a packet. So it's good. Please excuse the noise. Hubby is blitzing vegetables for gravy. And that's got too much air in it. And I've got these in a storage box. I'm actually out of space. I'm going to have to steal a storage box to put my fabric in. I'll show you the thread club next. I'll finish off with my stitching and wool hauls. So again, I'm not going to go into great detail with these. If you want to see these in greater detail, you can go and check out the actual videos, which may be towards the end of the month. So you'd need to be a subscriber to get the bell, to get the notification that these have been unleashed fully in the wild. These are my Avera Soie d'Alger. There's some greens and some blues. This is part of the thread club, so they usually send them out in sequence. And you get to gather the full collection over time. These are the classic Colorworks. So this one is Brandied Pear, which is a kind of orange brown. This is Brown Hen, which is, you know, kind of a nondescript browny grey. Bunny Honey, which is a little bit on the pink tone in a kind of mushroomy beige. Brown Sugar, which has kind of got that gorgeous honey golden kind of brown colour. This one is Calico Kitty. I loved this one. It's got the reds and pale browns. It's got a lovely variegation through there. And this one is Campfire, and it's just a rich red brown. I love the variation on these. Really, really pretty and really nice to work with. They're DMC overdyes, so you know you've got the quality in being DMC as your base thread. Alright, now these are Gentle Art Simply Shakers. Now you've got Gentle Art sampler threads. So this one is Celery, which is not very celery, but it's a green and yellow. Maybe see it better there. Green and yellow mix. This one is Butter Crunch, which is an orange kind of sorbet kind of color. It's really, really cool. This one is Chalk, which is basically a white. I can't even tell what it's got a hint of. It's like white with a hint of white, to be honest. It's just not a brilliant bright white. This one is called Chamomile. It's a kind of orangey color, and I'm seeing more variegation in camera than I am in real life. Interesting. Chives, which is a green, and you've got that kind of it's almost like a reflection sheen on them. It's really, really subtle. So that's Chives. Not the color of chives. Chives are actually bright green. And Carriage Black, and that's got kind of purpley tones, purple and greys through it. So there's those. If you're interested in this, it does ship internationally, and there is also an Avera Soie 100.3 Bobbin Club too. So if you're interested, you can do that. Now, there's some amazing colours in this. This is Weeks Dye Works. thoroughly recommend you being able to get some of these into your stash. I also catalogue these on Stash Cash app on Android. This one is called Caribbean. It's a green, dark green, aqua green. It's beautiful. Capri is a pale kind of bluey colour. Cantaloupe is an orange, with a much paler orange. Calypso is all the colours. It's kind of like having a party in a thread. It's beautiful, really, really beautiful. Like I was like, oh my god. This one is Cape Cod, which is a mottled kind of green. The colour of my hoodie. And this one, oh, get out of the way, is Caper, which is a dark green, the colour of my capers in the fridge. Okay, so that's the week's Starworks. Again, if you want to see those in a bit more detail, please go check out the video when it gets released, because I had to record that before I did my Flosstube. So there's those that now need to be catalogued in Stash Cash and shown. Now, what else did I get? I do have more magazines, but I'm not going to open them now. Sassy Devil Club. Now, if you're Australian and you're interested in the Sassy Devil Club, you will have seen this before. This is a bi-monthly club where you get all these kind of treats. So this month we got a 2 GB USB in the shape of a thimble. It's a novelty USB, so it may not last very long, but give it a go. A thread needle minder, thread keeper. Sorry, no, a needle minder in resin with dried flowers. Some chocolate strawberry roses, locally made. A Frogger with a gorgeous bead on it. It's nice, it's kind of ovally flat bead, so it fits nicely in fingers. We have a bead storage thingamajiggy, or use it for whatever the heck you like, but they suggested for beads. You've got a floss keeper with the Sassy Devil engraved on it. There she is. Sassy, now get off my face. There you go. There's Sassy. Sassy Devil. There are some thread pullers, so these are kind of silicone grips. Some Silk For You custom made May silk. What did I say? 10 meters of this. So there's quite a bit in this. Made each month. 8-inch Q-snaps, like jaw-dropping. I did not expect something that, significant. There's the beautiful Cottage Garden threads. I love these threads. There is a nifty way of opening these. You pinch up here and then you can pull the thingy out, and there's a video that you can watch for how to do that. There's a Mill Hill bead in a little kind of bellflower, because this is a Cottage Garden theme. Your spoiler card, an optional fabric. Melissa dyes these, and she's got this gorgeous, like the dye speckled there. It's beautiful. The colours are amazing though, with the purple and pink blush kind of, it's almost like she painted it on. It's really cool. So that's an optional extra. And then we also got a Fiona Jude Country Threads. Now Fiona Jude is an Australian cross-stitch pattern or artist, and you can get some amazing Australiana pieces from Country Threads from that. And the 16 cat fabric will actually fit this pattern. Maybe the border will be a bit thin, but who cares? It fits and it's stunning. So there's that. Now, let me get my wool out of my knitting out of the way, and then we'll get into my cross stitch. Okay. This is all my spare yarn, and this is my working bag. So I pull out and put this on the dash of the car when I'm driving in the morning with the pattern on it, and it sits there. It's on a sticky pad that I have in the car, and then I work on this. Now my runner for this bag broke. I don't like how the pages curl, but I don't know that there's much getting away from that. But anyway, everything is in here that I need. So there's all the 12 colours, all in mini Ziploc bags, all labelled and everything else. I am loving this project, and I'm onto a really, really cool section. So it started off with a Pico trim, and then you do a couple of, oh, what is it, garter or something? I don't know. I'm really bad with the names. Anyway, knit, purl, few rows, and then you knit, purl the next few rows, and then there's a slip stitch thingy happening here in section number 1. And again, can't remember the names of the wool. These are all dyed by Forbidden Fibre, and it was part of the Advent box. If you want to go back and check that out, that's the playlist. Then you went on to this section, which was, you know, skip with 3. I love this bit of the pattern. And then this bit of the pattern, I'm kind of going, oh my god, am I doing it right? Because it's not really a pattern, it's more like a bobble mix. And then something happened. Maybe this bit's correct and this bit's all kinds of wrong. I don't know. Anyway, there's something funky happened here, and then we got on to the next section. I'll fix it by the next, maybe. Then we got on to the next section, which is the knit section, but then there's the loopy bits that I love. Let me get that off, and I'm going to slide that down. Yeah, I know, I shouldn't stab my needles through. But it's a, it's a kind of holy bit, and I love those kind of stitches as well. Really, really easy to do. It's like, what is it? Knit 2 together, yarn over on one of the rows. So it's cool. And I have got a mistake in there, and I don't care. I dropped a stitch or something, and I couldn't fix it properly. But that's okay. So that's my working bag. That is my drive to work project. I'm not driving, hubby's driving. I don't, yeah. And I get maybe 1 row, 2 rows in on each drive. So it's slowly but surely getting there. It's not a race. It's about having something to do in the car more than anything. Yeah. Projects. Now, I think I showed you this project bag last time around. This is my project bag that I bought from my retreat. It's kind of watery themed, so it's my Dark Queen of the Sea kit. Are you ready? Are you really ready? That's the colour I'm currently working on. Part 10 just dropped. Nope, that way. That way, that way, that way. Yeah, no. Goodness. That way. Look at her! Yeah, so part 10 just dropped. So we are now working on this bit down here. The tail tentacles down here. It's 3,200 stitches in this part. Look, this bit here, all of this, hang on, here, no, here, no, here, 5,000 stitches in her tentacles. Holy cow, it was a big month in part 9. So part 10 is the tentacles just here. There's a bit of a swirl of tentacles. It's all kinds of cool. Absolutely loving her, and I literally just finished my Clouds Factory, so I got to drop a few stitches on her last night. So that's her. Clouds Factory. Okay, we have had part 6 dropped, and part 6 was the gharial, which is like an alligator kind of dinosaur-y thing, and a pygmy hippo. So here is the gharial and the pygmy hippo. Are they not the cutest? Okay, there's the whole thing of parts. So okapi, black-footed ferret. These are all endangered animals. Pangolin, Atlantic puffin, sea otter. I never knew they were endangered. Black rhino, axolotl, hammerhead shark. It might be a particular axolotl. Hammerhead shark, blue whale, and a hawksbill turtle. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6. We're going up here for part 7. I think part 8 is maybe in here. So part 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, it's 12 parts. It's a year-long thingamajiggy. You go onto the Clouds Factory website and you purchase the pattern as a once-off. I did get some tea spilt on it down here, but it's going to be off the border, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. Because it'll be behind mounting frame or whatever. I actually bought the whole kit from Clouds Factory. If you're in the States, apparently it's not necessarily the most cost-effective way of buying the kit, but it suited me, so I did. However, yes, so you pay a one-time pattern fee, $25 or something. You get the drops, then you go onto the website each month and you download your next month drop. So if you go onto the website now, you get immediate download of January through to May. And then you get each of the part months will be added on after the fact. I download these and back them up onto my Google Drive. But seriously, I'm done, so, you know, I'm not going to need it unless I do the project again. The fabric is by Picture This Plus. They are a wholesale only fabric. So you won't be able to purchase that separately. A friend of mine has dyed her own, and she wants to do a comparison of what the Picture This Plus fabric looks like, so I'll show her that next month. What else? Well, that's pretty much it. The kit comes with either everything, the pattern and the fabric, or the pattern, the fabric, and the floss, or just the pattern only. So I think there was 3 different things. That is, there is no Planet B. And you can join Facebook group, I think, for progress and all of that kind of thing. Steady thread. I don't think I've done any. I'm way behind. I might have caught up some of the weeks, but I'm way behind. I'm like 7 weeks behind. I don't know why it doesn't enthuse. I think I've just been so busy with Dark Green last month that I didn't do anything. So, they are the colours that I must have kept out for whatever flower I was going to do next. But there is the bottom. I will pick it up and show you. No, that's the top, because the red line for the Zweigart red line is at the top of the garden. Hang on, I'm just trying to position. There we go, there's my garden so far. So basically what I'm doing is anything green or stalk-like is black, so I'm partway through this garden here. Anything stalk-like is the black or charcoal as I'm using. And anything petal-wise I'm trying to use as true to colour as I can. So that's kind of my aim for my colour scheming on that one. Love the colour of the fabric. The fabric is actually Tree Hugger by Bee Stitch Me, who is Brandy Prather, Bee Stitch Me Fabrics, and she is awesome. And she does Friday night fight clubs if you're interested. I don't think I have anything. Well, I don't have anything in my mail at the moment. I've just put an order in on some of the clubs and done that. Now, this is something I've been doing. Julie has, I can't remember her last name, so I apologise. Julie had done a 25/7 club. Michelle Bendy Stitchy was giving us information on this. And it was basically drop 25 stitches on a project every single day. Just 25 stitches. I did this for a couple of weeks and then, I don't know, stopped. I've realised I've made a big error on this. This bit here is 2 over 1, and this all here is 1 over 1, and that's not focused, so it's going to, oh, there we go. Okay, I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think the 25 count is what's throwing me off, or the lines are throwing me off. Either way, it was like, oh, I've gone so far wrong. I don't know if I'm thrilled, and I don't know if it's the pattern that's not thrilling me or the fabric that's not thrilling me, but either way, it's kind of stalling in its process. Now, if you follow my channel, you will know that recently I had to put down 2 cats, and as a result of that I decided to find some patterns that would work to remember the cats, to remember the boys. So I have kitted up 2 kits. So I found this fabric here out of my Misty Fabrics. So it's, I don't know if it's got a name actually. No, it doesn't have a name. But it's an opal shiny. And this one has been kitted up. I think I've got everything for it now. And it's 2 cats silhouetted on a rooftop with a chimney, smoke, and a full moon. No, sorry, not a full moon, a crescent moon. And there was a crescent moon out when the boys were put down. So it's all kinds of poignant. This one here is on black Ada. I just got this from Spotlight. It's a kind of pre-cut fat quarter. It's a 16 count, and this one is a silhouette of a cat. So it's basically the chest, the profile of the face, and it's in these lighter colors. It's subtle as all get out. It's all in these lighter colors, and then there's backstitch as well. So it's kind of like a funky kind of silhouette. So that's my cat's project, and I will get those started probably when some of my works ease off a bit. I did also buy one from Etsy, which when that kit arrives I will show you. I can't even remember what that one looked like now. Do you hear that lunatic? No. I'm looking for my peppermint purple. There it is. My peppermint purple. I got up to date on before last week, but I'm behind again by 1 week. Again, red marks the top, and this is the garden pattern, garden layout, and I have used the colour from the week before into the next week, so hence you get these colour variations. Really, really subtle. The colour from the week before is usually in some feature in the centre. Some weeks it's greater than others, and I'm really loving that, and catching up with it was easy. And I think I caught up on that after I had finished Dark Queen last month. I had a few days to spare, and there was that one. And then this is my Harry Potter kit. Harry Potter hasn't been worked on this month because I barely got time. Oh no, I did. I brought it to my stitching group because my stitching group meets at the end of the month. So I'm working on chapter 3, which is mystical creatures. Magical creatures? Magical creatures. Sorry, that's the class I chose. You could have done divinity, which was tea bags, tea leaves. You could have done runes, and I think there was one other kind of thing. So I've chosen the hippogriff. So this I think is supposed to be Hagrid's hut. Hagrid is up here in the trees somewhere, and then the hippogriff is going to be in the middle. And that's my Harry Potters. Now this is on Mystic Fabrics fabric. It's called Mystery, and I'm trying to see through here. The castle is the alternate castle that somebody came up with. Stuart Cunningham is the designer of this Stitch Your Own Adventure, and he basically, hold on, I will actually zoom out for this. He basically came up with this design, and other people have, you know, kind of bastardized it a bit, made it better. He is all for it. He's been brilliant. So the castle is the alternate castle. Sorry, I'm trying to get it straight. The 9 3/4 sign here, if I'm waving the right way. No, the 9 3/4 sign over here That was from somebody else. The sorting hat under the Gryffindor banner there is from Lord Libidon's site. The lion is an Etsy purchase, and it was attached to a balloon, but it's just kind of hanging off the banner. And I moved the Hogwarts crest up to the top of the G. Normally it sits down where the sorting hat is. The wand has been extra shaded. The moon and clouds, somebody came up with the clouds, and I think I changed it a bit and put in the moon. It's got glow in the dark thread, as has the windows in the castle. The smoke is an alternative. There wasn't any smoke, I don't think, in the original. Somebody came up with smoke, and it's all kinds of cool. And then the owl I left as the original owl. I am planning on, that's very hard holding that up. I am planning on doing maybe sky and grass in the Quidditch area. This bit down here looks a bit empty, so I'm gonna think about something in there. I don't know, maybe the Bludger ball box. I don't know. Yeah, not sure. Still haven't finished all the envelopes, still haven't finished backstitching them. They are a pain in the behind. There's so many fractional stitches in that, it's just not fun. But I have got the howler in there because, you know, Ma Weasley screamed at Ron, you know, for good reason. He stole the Anglia. Yeah. Yes, I'm a Harry Potter nerd. I think that's it. The magazines that I've got, well, there's one of them. I've got cross-stitching magazine with a bookmark. I've got cross-stitcher magazine. Sorry, I'm not showing the camera now because the camera's moved. Cross-stitcher magazine with the biscuits. I think Cal has already gone through that. And then there's cross-stitching, World of Cross-Stitching magazine. I like the World of Cross-Stitching magazine. I think I had another one, but Sophie keeps tossing stuff off the couch. Box collection, I don't know, I'll find it, and when I get around to it I'll go through flip throughs of those. I think that's it of my current works in progress. So we're on to part 10 of Dark Queen of the Sea. That means that 10, 11, 12 we finish. 3 months. Hopefully Aaron will have a buff dude to join the Dark Queen mermaid, not a mermaid, because people are crying out for a bloke as the counter to the not a mermaid. I'm going to be kind of lost without the Dark Queen. I mean, I've got stuff, but having the Facebook group and having the motivation and everything else behind all that is really, really cool. Yeah, I really, really enjoy having the group, keeping everyone going. Some people are still only just starting. You know, as I keep saying to them, it's not a race. You can work the pattern for Dark Queen on Pattern Keeper. Fabric came from Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics. The bonus bead set came from Leslie. She arranged to have the bonus sets. I don't know how long more she's going to have them available. I'm working on linen. I think it's my first linen project. That's been a doozy for me. I've got a good light, but it's been a learning experience. The ballpoint needle really helps with that. What else? Cloud's Factory has been really cool. There is no Planet B. It's tiny. It's 1,500 stitches, I think, at the most each month. Takes next to no time. Takes me a week at the most to do it a little bit each evening. And you really feel like you're getting somewhere because, like, the Pygmy Hippo finished in, you know, 2 nights, I think. So you kind of feel, yeah, I've got somewhere, whereas Dark Queen being over 3,000 this month is like, it's a bit of a long haul, and some people are kind of so over 939 tentacles. But it's stunning, absolutely stunning, that project. Harry Potter is a big, big project, Stuart will be coming out with a new project, I reckon, for January. At the moment he's got 2 stitch-alongs. He's got the Animal Crossing and he's got the, is it Disney movies? Something like that. Disney, I think they're Disney movies. Or so he's got things like Lion King has been in it, Little Mermaid, it was other bits and pieces, and they all kind of jigsaw together kind of thing. I wasn't into those, and I still had Harry Potter to catch up on, and I don't particularly like having too many whips, otherwise I'll never get anything done, and I'm a big starter, not finisher, and I don't want to have so many really big projects that I'm never going to finish anything, so I wasn't going to go there. And I've never played Animal Crossing. I don't know what it looks like, so that didn't mean anything to me. However, his looking at a couple of major fandoms in the next year, that scares me. If it's something like Doctor Who or Star Trek, or, well, I don't know if Game of Thrones would thrill me. It would mean I'd watch all the series. Hubby's already watched them. I think I came in on series like 9 or 10, ridiculous late. Never caught up on the rest of it. Never got into the books or anything. I don't know what else out there is big, huge geekdom kind of thing that Stuart might be doing. I don't know. He hasn't told us. He's just teased us saying that he's doing something huge. Doctor Who would be big, and he's in the UK, so that would be amazing, absolutely amazing if he could do so many of the Doctors in a stitch along. I don't know, the inside of the TARDIS, the outside of the TARDIS, pick your inside of the TARDIS. Oh my god, the mind boggles how cool that could go. Wow, if only I could design. Stuart! Help! There is another nerdy stitched along. Justin Freeman is an amazing designer of all things nerdy. He's doing Link stuff at the moment, Zelda things. So that's really cool watching him. He's in the Nerdy Cross Stitch Appreciation Society Facebook group. Yeah, and I'm just enjoying catching up on Flosstube stuff. So Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, Fortnite Fabrics, the boys there. Started watching Noah. Noah Stitches, Noah.stitches on Instagram. He's all kinds of cute. He's only a baby. He's the age of my kids. Who else have I been watching? Kyle on Stitching and Sound? Something like that. Yeah. And of course, Rachel. Cal. Who else does my stitchy? Becky. Becky's Madness for Crafting. Love catching up with Becky and Becca doing Flosstube stuff there. So yeah, they're my people. I think I've caught you up on everything though, and I will let you go. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my progress or my stash or my future videos for the next month in June. And yeah, please click subscribe, please click the bell, and you will get notified when any of those videos go up. As I said, I recorded all of the unboxings just before I did the Flosstube, so they will go up in more detail at the end of, you know, once this has been done. This actually goes out at the beginning of the month, so, you know, spoilers, sort of. Yeah. Check out the magazines in the future as well, and see if there's anything there worth subscribing to. If you are a Disney fan, as I mentioned, you can always use my address and I will forward them on in bulk. We'll work out what the sweet spot is for the delivery charges, and you know, I'll just keep them and mail them on when we've got enough and send it through, you know, in smaller parcels, but you know, you'll get all your bonuses and everything else. But if you're in the States and you're interested in that, they can also send it to the UK. So if you've got somebody in the UK who might be able to on-ship it for you, then, you know, ask if you can use their address. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go and enjoy my chocolate. Shh. Don't tell anyone. and pack up all this rubbish that I threw to one side. Alright, thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next month in Flosstube. Bye for now. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.